the negative effect of poor parenting upon our children. That is what we are going to talk about today. So that you look into your home and find out if you are actually giving your children what they need. Poor parenting, what are the causes? What is poor parenting in the first place? Poor parenting means not giving your children attention, not being attentive to their needs, not bonding well with your children. In other words, you can call it inattentive parenting. Why? Because you don't have time. What are the causes? What we call locomotive lifestyle. You are always pursuing something. No trend don't stop anyway. They just keep rushing. Oh, get out of my way. If I'm in my way, I will just slaughter you. They keep going. So people, women and men are in locomotive lifestyle these days. In the office, you are pursuing your career ladder. You want to be at the administrative head. Therefore, you have a child. Maybe under 1 month, you drop it with the nursery, and you'll be in the office till 6 p.m., 7 p.m. These are what we are talking about. And the man will go for his business trip. One board meeting or the other. One business trip or the other. There is nobody attending to the children. Some can become sick and even die. Some become sick and die. Poverty can also bring poor parenting, inattentive parenting, where the mother and the father will just get up to go and look for what to eat and will not come back. They may even give their children some things to go and sell. I'm not condemning them, but we are talking about the effects of all these things. Poverty can do that. Multiple siblings, too many children in the home. Some people believe that God, who gives the child, will always give what to use. Well, I'm not saying that God cannot do that. But I don't know how many children the first parents had, Adam and Eve. How many? They didn't replenish the earth by bearing 12 children or 100 children from one woman. So, we have to be wise, especially in these days. And also that you don't create hypertension for yourself. When these children comes up and begin to demand, and you cannot meet up, and they begin to go haywire, as we are going to discuss today. Lack of parental skills. Some people don't believe that they don't know. They think since they're educated, they know everything. They don't want elderly people to advise them. Therefore, they don't have parental skill. Some people are very selfish. They don't think of anything but themselves. Just what I will be, how people see me, how my friends see me, where I will be, my position, my status. And these children don't disturb me. So, we see all these things. Pursuit of social ladder, your career ladder in the office can make you to be a poor parent. But we find in the Bible, in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4, it says, "And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord." But bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. Is it not when you see your parents that he will be nurturing you? As you're looking at me, parent, are you really nurturing your child? I'm happy that the Bible called fathers, because tendency is for men to shift responsibility of training children to women. When they come back, they claim to be tired. They will carry their newspaper and cross their legs, waiting for the food on the dining. Yes, you give them food on the dining, they eat and tell you that they want to rest. You say, fathers, provoke not your children to wrath. Something happened in this city. last 2 months. A father provoked his son to rot, an undergraduate. He was always beating the wife and maltreating the wife. And the son came home one day and still met that same scene and said, oh, this is too much. While they went out to work, he dropped a note and hung himself inside their room, that's the father's room. This thing is you are doing, I can no longer take it. Some parents cause their children to run away from home. Join bad gangs. I've seen that with my eyes. Because the father is unreasonable, uncaring, doesn't care, selfishness, just what he wants. Everybody must do what I want. If you don't, let me tell you what you don't know. The devil is looking around, looking for people he will use. People are going about seducing young people, taking them to halls where you don't know, think they went to school. They're going to be learning dance. They will dance for them in the film. They will go and be learning art. They will dance for them. I'm not saying that acting is bad. But why call an underage whose parents is preparing her for something and you begin to train her in another thing? Before you know it, her life might be dented. I've met an 18-year-old, very beautiful girl, the daughter of an evangelist. 18-year-old. He came to my office to run a test. At the end of the day, she was HIV positive. I said, why? What are you doing? He said, I'm a model. They seduce her, you are beautiful, come here, you'll be this, you'll be that. And for her to sell in the career, she dashed herself to anybody who will promote her. And then they gave her HIV at 18 years. This is what we are talking about. Do you know where your child is? Do you know what he's doing? What are the effects of this poor parenting? What are the effects of poor parenting? One of them is that the child may not get along well with others because he has not bonded well with the parents through touching. Our Igbo tradition, another tradition, has the tradition of hugging members of the family. You don't shake members of the family, you hug them. The Westerners, they kiss. These things has something doing in that child's house. Bring a child close to your body. Let him feel the warmth of your body. Be you a father or a mother. Learn to embrace your children. Let's touch them. Stroke their back. Stroke their head. Clean their nose. Clean their ears. Have them brush their mouth. By doing that, clean their eyes. Remove those debts from their eyes. Don't just ask them to do it. Do it yourself. By touching that person, you are bonding. He learns to bond with people. The way you don't do it, the person will be aloof. Always self-centered. Clumsy. Shy. Because he has not been taught to reach out. And because parents are not always there. Parents are not always there. You find that these things show up in friendship, in dating, in marriage, and eventually in relationships with their own children. They don't have that skill. They have not developed that social skill. They can talk to people anyhow. They can just screw their face anyhow because they have not learned the basic skill of interpersonal relationship. The parents are not always there. And some children become rebellious. A youth who feels neglected will try to get attention through a negative behavior. He can go out and not come back early. He can steal. He can join a gang. He knows he's wrong, but the parents are not there to take care of his emotional needs. They can easily experiment on drugs and alcohol. They can easily succumb to peer pressure and try all these nasty things. Hi, you see what is happening in our days. Teenagers, people below 25 years, killing, committing ritual killing. in order to get money. Where are the parents? What did you put in them at their young age? Did you read the Bible to them? Did you pray with them? Did you take them to church and to Sunday school? Do they have godly influence? Do they have the fear of God in their hearts before they leave home? Because the days are evil now. The days are evil. So, poor parenting can expose a child to gang raising, drug addiction, drug experimentation, alcoholism, and all that, and even sexual promiscuity. A child who always comes home into an empty house, and you have bought a smartphone and given to her. You left the TV on. One, you'll be experimenting on whatever he says. I can't forget one particular boy. It was his cousin who came to stay with them that was using him from age 6. By the age of 12, she was gone. He was, suspended from university because he kept raping men and women. The thing got so inside of him that he doesn't spare. To read that it's no longer his. These are why the things are not good. Things ought to be done in proper direction and at proper times. So these are the things. Another thing is poor academic performance. There's a strong link between parental involvement and academic achievements. When parents are not around, a young person's grade will most likely suffer. You are not there to find out that he's no longer doing well in maths and science. You just pay his school fees, give him lesson food and lesson money, sew dresses. You don't know when to hire extra teacher for a particular course or for particular courses, for particular subjects. You hire a teacher every holiday and pay them until your child is put through. Poor peer selection. Inattentive parents may be the last to know that their child has chosen a wrong group to hang out with because they are desperate for acceptance. Father doesn't touch him. Mother doesn't touch him. They are all rushing out in the morning and come in the evening, money to fix meals, and just lie down there tired. He has questions but nobody to answer. And then there is a group that answers his question in their own way. He belongs to them. May God help us in Jesus' name. These children also have low esteem. When a parent neglects a child, or when a child perceives indifference from the parents, the young person may develop a sense of worthlessness. He may even be feeling guilty. It's my fault. My parents don't love me because it's my fault. I'm not beautiful. I'm not smart enough. And so, poor social skills. Children begin their first social exploration in the family and build confidence and skills with which to reach to the rest of the world. When the parents are not available or not interested in the child, the young person's social development will probably be hindered. It will be hindered. And you see the person behaving clumsily. He may not be able to greet people on the road, even in close contact safe. If you come to the house, they will just leave. Become shy, cannot cope with friends. When the person marries, he cannot relate well with the husband, cannot relate well in the office, cannot relate well anything. You see some clumsy, very bad behavior. I want you to pray today and ask God to help you to be the kind of parents that will nurture your children in the admonition of the Lord.